My name is Kathy Wilbur. I am the Chief Information Officer for Toshiba America Information Systems. I have been with Toshiba for a little over 21 years.
I'm Paul Collas. I'm the Director of Marketing at Toshiba's Digital Product Division. I'm responsible for Toshiba's direct sales team. That includes the online e-commerce store. And I've been in Toshiba now for almost 6 years.
We are coming from a very antiquated site. So we originally implemented back in 1999 our original Toshiba Direct site. And we were really looking for increased capabilities. We wanted to make sure that we had an advanced storefront, that we had optimized merchandising capabilities. We also wanted to have personalization as part of our new site. And we were taking on another big initiative to insource our back-end ERP and go forward with an Oracle integration on the back end. We also were taking on incorporating capabilities from a CRM perspective. So being able to have our customer service reps utilizing tools that were built on top of the ATG platform. So leveraging that technology and building customizations. Other key areas that would fall into the category of some of the difficulties that or challenges on the project would include B2B customers. So accommodating the requirements, the overall hierarchy of that particular out-of-box solution, being able to service a one-to-many relationship with regard to our B2B customers and multiple contacts or bill-tos and ship-tos within that organization. So those were some key areas, as well as build-to-order. So being able to custom configure laptops online and all of the integrations to be able to come up with new part number combinations based on the bill of materials.
We were looking at a lot of different things that for what we wanted to put in place from a commerce platform perspective. Obviously the most important thing was sort of a modernized site that enabled us to do what we thought was kind of get away from what we had today, which was a one-size-fit-all platform, our web store. As part of some of the additional requirements that were very unique to us in terms of what we needed in the website was the customization elements around laptops, and that was something that was very unique to Toshiba. In fact, we got a lot of great feedback from customers who visited the site who really enjoyed that capability. And that capability was built from the ground up, and it took us 10 years to actually get this thing working the way we wanted it. And one of the things that really kind of impressed us was the solution that was put on the table. With AAXIS, it was very focused on that customization requirement that we had in building out what we call our laptop configurator.
I think the key value that AAXIS brought to the table is really understanding the ATG framework overall. Having that in-depth understanding was very, very important. I think also coming to the table with the Commerce Advantage, where we weren't dealing with just a raw tool set, but basically had the framework there to be able to leverage and then move forward with only those areas that required customization or were very specific to Toshiba. So I think those were the core areas where we really saw the value in bringing in AAXIS as an implementation partner. I was very impressed by the fact that we had a very tight-knit contract. It was fixed bid, and there were some unexpected surprises, obviously, from the level of complexity with some of the customizations, and that AAXIS was clear in honoring their contract, making sure that the resources were made available, and even though that on-site presence was much more significant than originally anticipated, not only honored the contract, but made sure that key individuals were made available throughout the engagement, all the way through successful launch. So I think that also is very important.
Certainly the personalization aspects was very important to us. And again, and that element of one size does not fit all in today's e-commerce market, right? Meaning people are coming to a site looking something very unique to what they want to purchase. It may be very different than the person that is visiting at the same time. And so the ability for ATG platform to actually take advantage of that and understand what the customer is doing on the site and try to build a profile for them to offer up solutions that would be much more interesting to them, not only from an information standpoint, but ultimately if we want to get them to convert, right? We want to provide them information that is more easily attainable, so when they go through the buying process, they're getting what they're looking for sooner, and as a result, they're going through that checkout process much quicker because they're coming in, they're finding what they want, and then they're basically converting. With AAXIS's help, we built a ground-up customer service tool that enabled our customers, or I should say our employees, to support customers that came in, to be able to track all the transactions that we did with that particular customer, both from a customer service standpoint, from a sales standpoint, as well as even from a financial transactional standpoint. That was built to be fully integrated with the website that we had, public website. So if a customer came in and wanted to do a custom configuration, well, it was great because our salespeople could literally sit with them and walk them through that process. At the same time they were looking at the customization on the website, public website, our salespeople were able to impersonate that visit and actually provide them the assistance they needed in order to answer any questions and ultimately help them purchase the laptop. But then we also came to very quickly realize that AAXIS was actually more than capable of not only building out the back end and helping us launch a new site, but they also brought to us services to help us run the site and actually figure out how we could take advantage of that. And so we very quickly started working with them and defining a scope of work that was related to the success of the site after we launched. And that included doing an analysis of the site in terms of the traffic, the customers that are coming in. Most importantly, personalization was something that we had no experience with, which they did a great job of doing analysis of the visitors that we had coming into the site on the older site and actually sitting down with us and figuring out what type of customer profiles we can build, and then based on those customer profiles, then actually sitting down figuring out how do we treat them differently when they come into the site. And then take it in one step further, which is great, now we built the profiles, then how do we actually set up the system to take advantage of those profiles? And so it was almost sort of a soup to nuts type of a solution for us, that they were able to build out the site with all these different capabilities, but even more importantly, when the time came for us to take advantage of those capabilities, was to kind of sit down and put together a marketing strategy of how we could use the site, and then not only that, but how do you actually implement what you want to do, right? Which involved literally going into the site, into the business control center and figuring out how to set up segments and actually put content that's very specific to a customer visiting us, and kind of really help put the sort of all the final pieces together of the puzzle that we had in regards to taking advantage of the platform that we launched. I think ultimately the thing that I think really kind of set AAXIS apart from some of the other partners that we've worked with was that not only were they involved in obviously the implementation elements of our business, but it was really kind of going to that next step of really understanding what our business was, understanding what our challenges were in our business, and really sort of taking ownership of how can we help you perform better. Which I think was very unique. That ultimately, their success was also built upon how successful we were going to be. And so they were beyond just an integrator. They were kind of a business partner for us, and they help us not only from making sure that the site that we built was going to achieve the financial goals that we had, but also helping us and sort of build a strategy roadmap that said, look, we have this great new platform. Here are all the different things that we can do with this platform. Obviously over time, because you can't do everything at once, but they really kind of acted as a real strategic partner for us. It was beyond just an integration effort. It was really a business and strategic partnership that we had, that they would help us, build our business beyond just being able to convert the cart, but what other things can we do to drive customers to the site and really kind of give them the right experience.